I'd like to welcome the new vehicle to the fleet. Call this Blue. We're going to try to put 1,000,000 miles on it. Get right into it. So this car I recently picked up on Facebook Marketplace. It's a 2003 Toyota Matrix. It's the base model, so it's front-wheel drive. Wish it was all-wheel drive, but it's not. It is equipped with the 1ZZ FE engine, 1.8 liter inline-4. I was hoping that it came with the 2ZZ GE, which is also a 1.8 liter, but it also has a lot more RPM or horsepower, which I think that one goes up to about 190 or so. This one's only about 140. I want to figure out how to mod this thing. I'm pretty sure you can get like cold air intake or like ram air, and then the exhaust. I'm going to do something with the exhaust, get like an aftermarket exhaust for it, just to give it some more airflow. But I've always been a huge fan of Toyota, and my initial plan with this car, it's my work car, so I use it for driving back and forth to work. But I'm planning on putting 1,000,000 miles on this thing. Now I know what you're probably thinking, like that's a bold statement there. Put 1,000,000 miles on a little car like this, but as meticulous as I am with taking care of vehicles and maintaining them, I believe I can do it. Obviously, it's going to need an overhaul eventually, but I'm not going to replace the engine. Just going to replace the parts, rod bearings if they need them. Eventually, I want to end up rebuilding the valve trains. Maybe get some new cams in it, lifters, new valves, all that. But the reason why I say 1,000,000 miles is I'm trying to beat my dad's record. So he had a little Toyota Camry. I know this is part of the Toyota Corolla family. Toyota Matrix, Corolla, however you want to put it. He had a little Camry. It was like a 99 or something like that. And he had about 450,000 miles on that thing, maybe give or take. And it still ran great. Like flawless. It ran perfect, no issues. All he did was basic maintenance. Change the oil, sensor went out here and there, swap it out, good to go. Now he was also big into Toyotas too as well. He's the one who actually got me into Toyotas. And my first Toyota was a 2002 Toyota 4Runner. And I love that thing. I wish I still had it, but fortunately I had to sell it. But in my opinion, I don't think the 1,000,000 mile mark is that hard to accomplish, especially with these engines. I mean, these are known for going 500,000 miles or more. Like there is record of these engines in these cars going that many miles. So I think it's doable. It's obviously going to take some meticulous maintaining. Eventually an overhaul, replacing gaskets and all that. And like I said before, valve train and all that, valves. Maybe piston rings, but I'm going to keep the original engine. So the block and the heads, they're all going to be original. And you are going to be seeing this car quite a bit on my channel, maintenance-wise. A lot of how-tos on this car, changing fluids, maintenance, stuff like that. If you do have a vehicle like this, go ahead and like and subscribe, because like I said, I will be showing this car a lot on this channel. And eventually I'm going to start getting into the performance side of this. So putting a little bit of aftermarket performance parts on it. Like I said, the ram air. And then doing something with the exhaust, aftermarket exhaust or something like that. Just to get it to breathe a little bit better, because it is quite a bit restricted as stock. But these cars really aren't that bad to work on. They're actually pretty simple. They're very easy. Parts are cheap. Fluid-wise, it doesn't take that much fluids. Like, I'm about to change the tranny fluid in it. And by the way, this is a 5-speed manual. I'm about to change the tranny fluid in it. It only takes like 2 quarts. Engine takes anywhere from 4 to 5 quarts. But that'll be in the next video. I'll be changing the oil and the transmission fluid in this. But yeah, and they're great on fuel mileage. Like, to describe the fuel mileage of this car, it's like a cool version of a Prius. Like I know factory, they claim that these things get about 30 plus miles per gallon, on the highway, and then around 20, 25 in town. But, as cars get older, they do decrease in miles per gallon, but gets a lot better than my truck, like 12 and a half. But currently this has 225,000 and some change miles on it right now. Runs great. When I bought it, didn't run so great. Taking off from a stop, it'd have a shutter, and not from the clutch or anything. Like clutch would all be all the way out. I bet about 1,500, $2,000 on the RPM, and it would just the way it ran rough. Even idling, it ran rough. So I did some few things to it. Did a little freshen up on it, as I'm going to be doing in the next video, changing the oil and the transmission fluid. Let's go ahead and pop the hood and show you. Alright, so here she is in all her glory. I did wash it the other day, so that's why it's so clean. It was really dirty. This car's seen a lot of dirt roads, and I also have shocks coming in for it. Well, like I said, once I first got it, I did a little bit of refresh on it. Clean the terminals, put these terminal connectors on both sides. You can get terminal protector spray. I still need to spray some of that on there. Just protects it from corrosion. The throttle body was caked in dirt. Like I said, this thing's seen a lot of dirt roads. Clean the throttle body, smoothed out the idle. Idle's great now, drives great, throttle response is great. I did flush the power steering fluid, put ATF in it. Every car I get, flush the power steering. I hate power steering fluid. I always use automatic transmission fluid in my power steering systems. Every car I have. As soon as I get it, if it has power steering fluid in it, swap it out, flush it, put ATF in. Now, just to point out a few things of how easy this car is to work on. So let's say you got to do some work on your slave cylinder for your training if you've got a manual. Your slave cylinder and the manuals are right here. That bleeder screw, flush it out, bleed the air out of it, right there. All right in front. Starter, right there. Transmission, right here. Now this is for the manual models though. I don't know how well the automatic versions of these cars are to work on, but just to point out a few things, everything's pretty accessible. Even the timing belt side, serpentine belt side, timing belt, or timing chain. This is a timing chain. Serpentine belt side, like you got all that room down there. Once you get all this stuff out of the way, like the upper motor mount and all that, you've got quite a bit of room to work on the thing. Plus back there, where the exhaust is, ton of room. It's not crammed clear in the firewall. Like just the overall design of this engine and the engine bay and how small this thing is, I guarantee you can pull this engine in like hour, give or take, if you have the proper tools for it. Now I don't want to put my foot in my mouth by saying that, but I will eventually be pulling this engine once I start doing the overhaul and stuff like that, replacing gaskets, seals, doing the valve job, etc., etc. Because it's going to make it a lot easier. Although it is perfectly accessible in here, I just want to do it just because I like to work on things. So you're just taking a look on the inside. The back seat's a little dirty because I just got off work. It's for my back. Inside is almost immaculate. So you've got the 5-speed manual. Back seat, I got the seat folded down right now because I got all my work stuff in here, but got all this cargo space back here. Look how much Harbor Freight tools you can fit back there. Quick glimpse of the mileage. So like I said, it's got 225,000 and some change. And it's really not a bad car. It is small. I'm like 6'1", 6'2", so it is pretty small for me, but driving back and forth to work, making Harbor Freight runs, perfect for me. And again, on the million miles statement, I think I can do it. Let me know what you think in the comments, but I know that's a pretty bold statement, and I know it's probably a pipe dream, but you never know. If you do want to see this thing hit 1 million miles, go ahead and subscribe, which, it's going to take how long, but I do put quite a bit of miles on vehicles in a month, just driving back and forth to work, so it'll get there eventually.